Here we see what looks like a pretty good setup. Hands are forward of the ball, shoulders are on a good line, head's nice and square. Let's go ahead and put this swing in slow motion and watch it. Nice smooth takeaway. And notice there was no movement into the power line. The power line is the red line I drew there. We should get the right hip, or that right belt loop. And if you look closely, you can see that right belt loop should be up to the red line, the pocket. So let's take it back a little bit and see what happens here. So we got the takeaway going pretty nice. And then as he gets back here, he's collapsing onto his left side a little bit. Then he doesn't drive his hip into the red line enough. He stops moving at about there and ends up stuck. So at impact position, both feet are planted solidly on the ground. He hasn't shifted his right hip around at all. His left hip isn't out of the way. And you can see there that he's stuck. He hasn't shifted the lower body into the shot. At this point now, the right hip should be up to the red line. So that's what we're going to work on, okay? Okay, this is the swing after we've worked on the weight transfer a little bit. We're going to start right at the top of the swing and just watch in slow motion how he moves into the power line. Moving into the power line, the hips are continuing to rotate. See how they're still rotating. Now at this point we like them 30 degrees open. They're not quite there yet, but you can see quite a bit better than it was before. He's still leading more with the head and the chest than he is with the pelvis, but a huge difference in the weight transfer. Continue working on that, buddy, and you're going to have a good golf swing. Okay, on this golfer at setup, we can see something that's pretty apparent here, that the right shoulder is closer to the golf ball than the left shoulder. Notice you can't even see the left arm at all, but you can see that the left foot is forward of the right foot. The left arm should always be a little higher than the right arm, so from down the line view we could see the left arm above the right arm. So let's watch the takeaway. So he takes the club back a little ways. Here we go. Nice and slow. Now we saw it seeing the right arm appear. Now that's throwing his whole swing out of kilter. Now at this point now the club's going way too far behind him. At this point now the club should be closer to the shoulder seam than the elbow seam. So he's quite a bit too low. Now he's getting it up, so he's got two planes going on. Now he does have a nice return. Look at that, nice straight down the line return. His backswing and his downswing should look the same. See how nice that would be as a golf swing? Right on through. Get a little bit more right rotation of the hip. At this point now the hip should be open 30 degrees. He should be up on his right toe, but still a pretty decent swing. So work on matching your backswing to your downswing. Okay, let's go ahead and look at this swing in slow motion. See what we see here. A little forward press, that's not bad. Now we see a whole lot of hip sway and everything's moving away from the target line. So what we want to do here with this golf swing is see if we can get rid of that move right there. We want the butt to stay on the red line. We don't want the butt to lead the swing. We want the butt staying behind us so we're not collapsing down. So that happens. See right there she's in pretty good position, but that's on the forward swing. So we go back to the top of the backswing. So what we want to do is we want to keep against that line, not travel off of it so much, not let the right knee sway out to the outside of the right foot. Great forward momentum though. Good job.